Welcome to Conversations with Kay. My name is Kay, and this video is just my opinions and should not be construed as facts. Today I want to talk about the Tyler Davis case. Tyler went missing February 23rd, 2019. This case has bothered me from the minute I started reading about it. It really hit home to me because this is another one very close to where I live. I'm familiar with all the places talked about where he went missing, so this has always really bothered me. This is also the case that got me a 3-day timeout on Web Sleuths. So there you go. Tyler and his wife drove from Wilmington, Ohio to Columbus, Ohio, dropped off their baby to get babysat, and then went on to the Hilton Hotel by the Easton Center and checked in their hotel. Now, they were going to meet a friend, go have some drinks, and have a fun adult night out without the baby and just have some fun. His wife said they rarely got to do anything like this, and they were really excited, and his friend was supposed to meet him up there, and did meet them. So around 5 o'clock, the friend shows up at the hotel, and I think they have a couple drinks at the hotel, and they chat and get ready to go out. So about 8:30, they leave the hotel, they go walking around, they go to some bars, they go to some clubs, drinking plenty, I'm sure. Around 3 a.m., they took an Uber back to the hotel. Now, during the Uber drive, I think the Uber drive was like 15 minutes, so not a really long drive. So during the drive, Tyler falls asleep, and I think the friend fell asleep too. I think the only one awake was Brittany. So they pull up to the hotel, and she wakes her husband up, and he's tired, he's grouchy, he's kind of confused about where they are. And she finally gets him out of the car, and he's pretty ticked off. And then he says he's just going to walk around. So the friend stays with him, and Brittany, his wife, goes back to the hotel to her room to charge her phone. After about 30 minutes, Brittany goes back out front of the hotel, and now she can't find her husband or the friend. So she's walking around looking for him, and she's calling Tyler's phone and getting no answer. Tyler finally calls her back around 3:30, saying he'll be right back. A few minutes later, the friend shows up, but Tyler's not with him. So then Brittany tries to call her husband again, doesn't get an answer. At about 4:10, her husband finally calls her back. He says, "I see the hotel. I'm walking through some woods. I'll be right there." He hangs up, but then he calls her back immediately. Only this time when she picks up the phone, there's just dead air. Nothing there. He doesn't say anything, and the phone goes dead. So the theory here is that the battery went dead on his phone. The phone has never been turned on since that time, ever. Right after this, at about 4:30, their friend decides he's going to go home. Now, he only lives like 10 minutes from the hotel, but it still seemed odd to me that he would just leave, knowing his friend was out there drunk and missing, and that his wife was upset and panicking, and he just goes home. That's just so weird to me. So, long story short, Tyler has never been seen since then. Now, Brittany, she called his parents at about 9:30 in the morning to let them know that she can't find Tyler. So they come and start helping her. And then about 10:30 a.m., she reported him missing to the Columbus police. Now, the Columbus police have really screwed this case up. They lost so much precious time because I don't think they took it seriously. I think Brittany's very young, and I don't think she knew what the heck she was doing and how to deal with these people, and they just didn't take it seriously, so a lot of precious time was lost. Now, they do have an audio clip of Tyler talking to his phone, trying to get directions to walk back to the hotel. I'm going to put a link to it in the description. I didn't want to get a copyright issue by putting it in the video. But it's really, you really need to listen to it because you can tell that he is desperately trying to get back to the hotel. So this is not a man that wanted to disappear at all. He's very forceful. He's talking to his phone and he's like, tell me how to get back to you, and says the name of the hotel. But he gives the wrong name. And anybody that's familiar with this area, there's hotels everywhere. So I think he accidentally called it Embassy Suites instead of Hilton. But anyway, it's really fascinating to listen to that audio, and you can tell he's really pissed off and wanting to get back to his hotel room. So this is not a man that willingly went missing. Also, there have been many, many, many searches of this area. Once they got the police to finally take it seriously, there were a lot of searches. Now, there is some areas around there that are swampy, which seems kind of odd, but it's a wet, swampy area. But the police say they have searched every bit of it, and he is not there. Now, I have said, and this is what got me in some trouble on Web Sleuths, this is not a good area. People not familiar, or people that just go there and leave, don't understand that, yes, these are very nice hotels. It's a very nice shopping center. But they also have a huge gang problems out there. They have gang fights out there. There's a lot of crime in this area. This is not a place you want to be walking alone at 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock. It's a bad, bad area. Honestly, and this is what I said on Web Sleuths, I wouldn't go to this shopping center in broad daylight by myself. No, I wouldn't do it. It's just a very high crime area. Now, having said that, I do have a lot of questions about the friend. Things don't add up with this friend, in my opinion. This friend does so many odd things. I don't get where you would ever leave knowing that your friend is stumbling around drunk somewhere and not help find him. The only thing that throws me, though, is the friend did come back and Tyler did call after the friend left him. So he was okay enough to call. And when he called her, he didn't say that the friend had done anything to him. Now, I'm also going to say there was a lot of theories that the wife and the friend did something together to Tyler. I don't believe that for a minute. And I think this poor wife has gotten such a bad rep on the internet simply because she's young and naive, and she did so many interviews, which is what you're supposed to do, right? If you have somebody go missing, a loved one, you want to keep their name and picture out there as much as you can. You do every interview. And that's what she did. But I think because she's so young, that when she did these interviews, sometimes it didn't sound right and she came off kind of wrong or whatever, and people really jumped all over that. I don't feel like the wife has anything to do with him missing. She's still desperate to find him. She has not given up, I will tell you that. Now, I also have, some of you heard me talk about this on my live. I recently met Emily's aunt. You know Emily, the one I'm doing the fundraisers for. This is where you get, it's such a small world. So when I was talking to Emily's aunt about doing Emily's fundraiser, come to find out she's the one that runs the Facebook page, Ohio Missing People and True Crime. So we get to talking about how we love to investigate true crime, and she tells me how she runs the Ohio Missing page, and we find out we have so much in common. I swear we're like sisters. We gotta be. So then she and I get talking about the Tyler Davis case. Now, she is very good friends with the wife, like really close friends ever since this case happened. She's been helping her. So I'm hoping after Emily's fundraiser is over, maybe next week, I can schedule a time to go live with her and have her tell you guys what she knows about this case. She is a fountain of information. This woman has done so much good finding people that are missing in Ohio. I am just amazed by her. And I think you guys will all love her. She's just an amazing woman. Oh, and here's this picture is a map of where Tyler was walking according to his phone. So you can see, you know, everywhere he went, walking around trying to find his way back to the hotel. The sad thing is he was right by his hotel. It just breaks my heart. You know, I got to wonder too, you know, trafficking is a huge thing in Ohio, unfortunately. And it's not always women and children that get trafficked. I have read that men also get trafficked. I'm praying that's not what happened to him, but I don't know. Another thing I find odd is the police have said over and over that they think he's still alive. So that only leads me to think about Tyler being trafficked, that the Columbus police are so adamant that he is alive. You know, normally by now, you might be thinking you're looking for a body, unfortunately. And I hate to even say that, but that's just the truth. But I want to ask Lori that, because I forgot to ask her on the phone, why she thinks the Columbus police are so adamant that he's alive. So that'll be interesting too. This is just a fascinating case. There's a lot to it. I mean, I recommend anybody that wants to follow it to Google his name and read about it, because, you know, YouTube only likes a 10, 15-minute video. So I'm not going into every specific about this case on this video. There is a lot to the story. I think there's a lot about the friend, I feel like. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know if you've been following this story. Don't forget, we're doing Emily's fundraiser Sunday, 3 to 5. Please come in, join our live. Let's have some fun and show Emily how much we love her. And as usual, I hope you guys had a fabulous day.